How would you say camp's gone for you?
It's going pretty good. I mean, year 2 with the same snapper and order, that's definitely huge. I've had that since I've been here. So to have that same chemistry going into another year is definitely huge for us to kind of know how to react to each other, and I think it's been pretty good with that, having that.
I've heard Roberto talk about that, just how I guess he had the same guys for a few years in his, and how important that is. Why is it like for an outsider, it's hard to understand why it's so important that same guy?
Right. I mean, just like a basic overview, like our operation time from the time the snapper moves the ball to the time I make contact with the ball, we got to be under 135 seconds, and so just that timing aspect of everything, knowing we have an indicator of when he's supposed to snap it, but some snappers they differ with that timing of it, just to know when the ball is going to come out and how fast Alex is going to be, making sure we get the laces out if they're not already out, and just trusting where he's going to set it down as the spot. And so just that trust element, going into year 2 is huge.
And that, I assume, gives you a lot of comfort knowing exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, knowing what to get, not kind of worrying about is the spot going to be off, this and that. We've got a great snapper, a great holder, so that's huge to have.
In what ways have you seen your game progress since you got here?
I think definitely maturity and mental growth. I mean, I was kind of thrown into the fire last year, and so learning how to deal with the ups and downs of that was definitely huge for me, big growing moment, and just learning how to learn from it and make the most of the opportunities.
What kind of things have you worked on?
Yeah, this off, I talked a lot to Graham Gano over the off season. He came for the Miami game last year, and so I kind of developed a relationship with him then. And we talked a lot. And I kind of changed to a 2-step approach, which is exactly what he's doing. And it takes out the jab, and so it's more consistent with my plant foot, which is one thing I've been trying to lock in. I mean, if your plant foot is all over the place, then obviously the kick can be all over the place as well. So I think consistency with that, I've implemented that, before spring practice, worked on it through spring, and now it's finally coming along really well, and I'm excited to see how that progression keeps going with that. But I would say that's the main thing that I've worked on this season, is transferring to the 2-step.
Do you work independently, or do you have a coach?
I work mostly independently. I'll send film to Roberto and Graham a lot, and I've been up to Birmingham to work with Mike McCabe up in Birmingham. He works with a lot of NFL guys, and just I love going up there because there's a lot of NFL guys up there at the time, and so kind of learning from them as well as the coach is huge for me, because that's obviously where I want to be, and so to be able to kick and compete with those guys every time I go up there is something huge.
Talk about the mental aspect and how you've grown. What's that like when you get thrown into the fire?
Yeah, I mean, it's just learning how to respond to any situation. You got to have the same reaction as if you make the kick or miss the kick, because at the end of the day, that kick's gone, and all you have is the next one. So that's all you should really be focused on. So I've kind of learned to do that and not get so too high or too low after a big kick or a make or a miss, just to kind of stay level and just focus on the next one, worry about the next one, worry about trying to get better and learn from every opportunity.
Do you have access to a consultant or a sports psychologist?
Yeah, I mean, we have Mr. Tim here that I've talked to a little bit about the mental side of things, how to approach every kick and everything. Just some swing thoughts that I should implement or anything like that. But yeah, that's been helpful.
A guy like Graham, you mentioned it seems like there's so few jobs for kickers in the NFL, and he's middle that has such a long career. What's the difference between a guy that has that success and somebody that maybe doesn't last?
I mean, you have to do it every single time. You have to have a repetitive motion every single time. That's what I love so much about his swing, is his 2-step, is everything's the same. He came out here Friday before the game, and I filmed him a little bit just to look at his technique, and it's the exact same every time. It's robotic pretty much, and that's what we try to get to as kickers. You want to be robotic, where everything's the same every time. It's the same looking ball, and that's what I'm still working on, and I'm getting close. But obviously, I want to be where Graham is one day, so I just got to keep working every day to get like that.
Those situations coaches put you through where the whole team's around you and the pressure kicks. What were those like at first, and how are they before you?
The first time it was back in 2020, right before COVID hit in spring. And the first day I was like, what the heck is this? And now it's I love it, because all my teammates they mess with me, they tap me on the helmet, they'll spray water on me. I love it. I mean, it's it's as close as you can get to in there, but it's not really the same. But I love it. It's definitely, I'm not as so caught up in that moment like I was however long ago that was.
Can you talk about some of the other kickers and like kickoff? For one,
Yes, sir.
who
Go ahead.
who will be kicking off?
I will be, yes, sir. I've definitely worked on that a lot in this off season, and I'm excited for that to get a lot more snaps in the game, just to kind of feel the game flow. In high school I did all three, so I was constantly on the field and kind of, I don't know, the comfort level of the how the game was flowing and everything. It's not that I'm off the field for 30 minutes at a time waiting for my next opportunity. I have better flow of the game, and so I'm excited. I mean, kickoffs, you just get to line it up and boot the, just not trying to make it through the yellow post. You can just boot it out the back of the end zone. So I love that aspect of it. I'm excited to do it this year.
How have you evolved on kickoff?